Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today you might recognize this view because it was almost exactly a year ago is when we filmed Miss Beast Burger.
Yeah. It'll be a year in March.
No, it'll be a year this month. Remember, we got the bunnies like on January 29th, and we filmed this on January 29th?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a year since we've done our last
year.
Food comparison. But today, BDR, camera guy, and I thought it would be fun to do a good comparison of some local rivalries, of Costa Vida and Café Rio. So there's a lot in today's video. I think it'll be about a good 15-minute video. Do some taste testing. How I went up and picked up the food. So I'll talk to you guys about my experience and how that went. The drive was pretty cool. And make sure you stay tuned because in July we're going to be doing stereotypes. So let's get right into it.
So I'm starting us off with our presentation portion.
Yes.
Café Rio's presentation is not bad. I like how their cups, how on the cups the logo wraps all the way around.
Back, yeah.
Now let's open it up.
Sniff it, yep.
And sniff it. The bags are pretty cool.
Yeah. When I get to Costa Vida, I have some things to say about the presentation, but yeah, that's about it. Oh, and look, they gave us fork
napkins.
and knife. So there should be a fork and knife in there too.
Holy big burrito.
Dang.
Oh yeah, fork and a knife.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put those up there for when we taste them. Dang, it's pretty cool. So what do you think about, like, from the outside temperature, how would you rate it out of 10?
Like the bottom is nice and warm. Like
That's
you can tell
good.
it was fresh.
Yeah.
But it's starting to cool down.
Yeah.
Which.
Well, you gotta account. I was in the car when I went through the car wash.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to the end of the video to find out why I did that.
But overall, it's a great presentation.
Very good.
I think it would have been better if they had put tomatoes like more off to the side and not all over. But other than that, it's beautiful.
All right.
I'll bring it up so you guys can see it better.
And so I can sniff it.
Can they see it?
Yes.
How would you rate the aroma that comes off of it?
Very good.
Very
I like the aroma of this.
I do too. And look, they actually melted the cheese this time.
And yes, the cheese is melted.
All right, and your cup looks pretty cool.
And my cup is,
But it's not as cool as mine. Okay, I am getting to the Costa Vida, and I do have to say Costa Vida does lose the bag design. Because, I mean, hold that. The bag design, because, I mean, the front's pretty cool, but you can tell the printer that was doing this had very much a dying ink to it, so.
ooh, I can smell that from here.
Yeah. We'll get the price in a minute. Oh, hold up.
Hold
I don't
up.
think yours has that. You can tell it's fresh because there's steam bubbles up top. But on mine it says Costa Vida.
Mine doesn't.
Yours
Mine doesn't say Café Rio.
Anyway, let's hold up the bags really quick because I think this one's better. I mean,
Look
his is
around.
better. I think his
Outside
is better.
There we
I
go.
still think yours is better.
Mine is so much better.
So, yeah, that's that. This smells really darn good. Like, I'll take yours.
Ooh, that is really good.
I like the smell. Camera guy, come choose your favorite.
Come choose the favorite.
This is Costa Vida.
And
Camera
the
guy
Costa
walks off
Vida's
with our
gone.
Costa Vida. Okay, camera guy, let's get that back. Let's go ahead and give the viewers a good show. Now,
It's open.
unfortunately,
It's open.
since the food is so fresh, you can definitely tell like the top is like
You can see it steaming.
it's steaming. This way, you can see it's steaming. So, and go ahead and take your lid off. We'll give them that.
Mine loses that because I can tell that there's condensation, but it's not anything close to this.
No, not at all.
Like this is dripping.
Yeah.
This is not.
So, camera guy, tell me how I'm doing in frame.
You're gonna go up.
That's beautiful freshness right there. Come hold your burrito up. I think
Crunchy water.
I loved how they use both types of cheeses on this one. I think they just used the one on yours. I mean, I personally think this is gonna be a hard video because they're both really good.
My juices are spilling out almost.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and I will go. We went over temperature. I think Costa Vida wins temperature.
Costa Vida wins.
I mean Cafe Rio. Sorry. Definitely Cafe Rio wins.
Yeah, Cafe Rio wins temperature. Aroma, Costa Vida.
Cup Costa Vida.
Cup.
Costa Vida. I mean.
Yeah.
And then bag is
Cafe Rio.
Cafe Rio. All right. So now let's go ahead and move on to our next section, which is the tasting, and which will tell you what's in the cups and what we got in the burritos. All right. So I'm here telling you about the gosh dang burritos. So here we have, they're the exact same thing. They have a white tortilla, a flour tortilla, not a corn. I like corn tortillas, but not with burritos.
No.
And then you've got sweet barbacoa pork with the lime rice in there, and then pinto beans. Because I don't like black beans, so I went ahead and got pinto beans. And he doesn't care.
Beans are beans.
And I do have to say, in my opinion, Cafe Rio wins in the garnish sense. So as you guys can see, garnish sense, we'll go ahead and put some pictures up on screen. I like how it's on the burrito a little bit, whereas this one's just
next to it.
And I think if they go ahead and just decorate, not like that, but
just throw a little bit on top, it makes it so much better.
Okay. And then
I also don't like my food mixing, so
that's true.
That's my only downside.
But I do like the pico on the burrito.
Yes.
And they are both mild sauce, so keep that in mind. They are both mild sauce, and because I don't like a lot of spicy stuff, but the mild sauce has just enough spice to make it taste really good. And I think BDR is going to take over the drink side of it. So let's go ahead and do the drink side of it. So, I mean, we got root beer in both of the drinks.
Yeah.
Just to simply taste it. So, and the only thing Costa Vida could do better, which I get why they're doing this, is don't have paper straws.
Yes.
I hate paper straws. They feel so weird on your lips.
And when you're halfway done with your drink, the paper straw's
Gone. Where's this plastic straw?
And I'm sure by now it's already falling apart in your drink.
No, it's still there. Let's try it. Let's go ahead and try this one. That's pretty good root beer. Pretty good? Let me try it. Let me try this one. Go ahead and try this. That's a hardcore win for Costa right there. I don't know about you.
I think Cafe Rio.
Well, that's because we both tasted, but I mean, they're both really good. I think Costa Vida does have a little more flavor drink-wise, but what do you want to say about Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew is what I'm having to drink.
Because I didn't buy a free drink.
Because we need a sponsorship.
That's pretty good. And this is the good Mountain Dew. This is the real sugar prime time.
Real
Beautiful.
sugar Mountain Dew.
Good? Very good. I love it. It's down in my room. That's why it's in my room. Because I don't want anybody else to drink it. And it's mainly for filming videos too. But I think without further ado, it's time to dive into this burrito. I'll go ahead and cut the Costa Vida burrito, and then I'll hand the knife off to BDR and he can go ahead and cut that. So as I can tell already, it's a very thick with 2 C's burrito. I got one of these over in Colorado one time, and let's just say it took me 3 days to finish it. It was big. And then oh dang, that looks pretty good.
Dang, that does look pretty good.
So let's go ahead and cut 3 bites really quick, and then we can do the taste. Dang guys.
Struggled much.
Struggle is real. Oh my gosh. That one definitely has the most juicy stuff in it. Okay. Go ahead and grab a new fork and cut that. And as I can tell already, we'll go ahead and bring the camera over here, so that way you guys can see what the contents of the burrito do look like. As I can tell really quick, I definitely have to say this one looks good. Actually, look, I haven't.
This burrito is not nearly as thick. Like, I'm cutting through it super easily.
Yeah, they definitely pack their burritos over at Costa Vida. And I've heard that they're the same thing, and realistically, they are the same thing. They're pretty much the same company.
They started out as the same company, and then there was an argument.
And they split. So that's how you get Costa Vida versus Cafe Rio, and I really just go to Cafe Rio because I don't know why, my parents just go to Cafe Rio. So like, well, we'll go get Cafe Rio. Dang, bro. I know it's hard cutting in the middle too, but I don't want the sauce to drip everywhere. So we're going to go ahead and cut the scene really quick, and then we're going to have camera guy bring over the camera to show you guys what the inside of the burrito looks like. All right, so here we have the Costa Vida burrito, sorry. This is the one I have, and as you guys can probably tell, this is definitely a very packed burrito. Yours looks very packed too.
Mine's very packed.
And they're the same, they look the exact same. That's insane because I think Costa Vida does put more pork in their burritos. They definitely are way more generous with their burritos. But so that's it. Let's go ahead and let's get some of the contents out really quick. So that is the amazing content of the Costa Vida burrito. So we're going to go ahead and let's go take a look at that amazing Cafe Rio burrito.
So my burrito is still very loaded. It looks like it's got less pork though.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's got a lot of beans, but it's got lots of rice.
Yeah, rice is cheap.
Rice is super cheap. Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I think Costa Vida...
I think Costa Vida wins.
I do too. All right, let's go back to that big angle.
Oh wait, hold it.
Hold it.
I found pork. I found
Dang.
all the pork.
Dang, they really did stuff it.
Just further down.
All right, let's go ahead and go back to that normal angle which you guys are used to and dive into this. All right, so here we are with the burritos back after that, like, zoom-in view, I guess you could call it. Let's kick it off with camera guy this time. What do you think is the most loaded burrito?
Looking at it, it looks like Cafe Rio,
Okay.
but the Costa Vida has more pork and probably better amounts.
I folded
Yeah.
mine back up. There you go. What?
Yeah, and okay, Speediar, what do you think? What do you think is the Speediar? Okay, be more.
In general, Cafe Rio is more loaded,
Very, very much.
but it's got less beans and pork than I would have liked.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, Costa Vida wins.
Very much so. So yeah, my final thoughts is I think Costa Vida, it is a smaller burrito, but probably only by like that much, I could say.
A little bit.
A teeny tiny bit. But it does have way more meat.
Yeah.
And we'll get the price in a minute because this food smells way too good. So let everyone grab their forks and choose a burrito to take a bite out of. And then we'll give our... So I have Costa Vida, those two have Cafe Rio, and we'll just switch off. Wow, that's really good actually.
We're struggling over here. One moment.
Yeah, legit. Dang, that's really good.
That is really good.
When you have we have two different burritos, so you gotta make sure you get that cheese in your bite though, because like this bite we'll save for after the video, but you gotta make sure you get the cheese in it because that is the bomb one. Really good. I love the mixed white and yellow cheese. I think it's like called the Mexican blend or whatever over at Costco. This isn't Costco cheese. This is like good cheese.
This is good cheese.
I'm going to test the pico really quick. Wow. That's really flavorful pico. All right. Let's go ahead and switch off these
The
burritos.
pico from Cafe Rio is not as flavorful,
It's okay.
You haven't tried
probably. I don't think it's as flavorful, but it's still really good.
this one? Very much. All right. So let's go ahead and you guys can try that one. So, oh dang. So this bite right here looks like it has some pork in it. So I'll definitely have to dig some pork out of the burrito. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. You guys go ahead and try that one. Give us your thoughts. And then I'll dive into Cafe Rio.
I think you got both.
No, this is one.
Okay. So here's some cheese. Let's try the cheese. Pretty good. I Let's go ahead and try some pork, because that bike didn't really have a lot of pork in it, but this is actually loaded with pork in it. Like, they put all your pork in the middle.
Yeah.
Bro, you put pork through the whole burrito, not through the middle. Camera guy, I don't know if you guys can see him.
Struggle.
The struggle's real. I don't even know if he's in the shot, but he's actually.
I am. Hi.
Hi. Ooh. That's hard. Not really, actually. So I do have to say, let's go talk about burritos really quick. I think that pork does taste better.
This pork is way better.
This pork is really good. And I can see why people like Café Rio's good, but you should go to Costa Vida. I mean, I like both. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing on either. I love both.
I love both.
But, I mean, and their cheese. I wish Café Rio would put more, like, a blended cheese. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're both smothered burritos, and I have to say, I don't know about you guys, but I think the sauce is better on Costa Vida. So I think when they broke up, I think when you're blocking me.
I know.
I think when they split up, I think that
Costa Vida got the good stuff.
Costa Vida got the good stuff, and I think they kept the rights to the recipes too. Because you can tell this is a sweet barbacoa pork. So the same thing, sweet pork. And that's just sweet pork. So I think they had to rename their product. Because I think Costa Vida kept all the rights. I'll try to find a video and link it below that explains the split or whatever. But I want to try some more pork really quick. But
This was mostly
Naturally.
naturally. Okay. So, camera guy, what are your thoughts on the tortilla? Which one do you like better?
Wait.
That's a good question. Which one?
Tortilla. Let me try this tortilla. You guys try that tortilla. The camera guy, go ahead and tell us which one you like better. Ooh, you can definitely taste that rice.
I think I like the
I do too. I think I like the Café Rio better. I don't know about you, VDR, but I do think I like the tortilla better. The cheese is better over there, but the tortilla. But let me try some pico. They definitely overloaded you with lettuce
Yes.
on this one.
Yes.
No, it's hard. The pico is definitely better on that one over there. Do you guys have any final thoughts and say? Because I really think it could be a very close tie if Café Rio would change like 3 things. Like if they'd make their pico better and cut down on the lettuce,
Yes.
and maybe spread the meat more throughout the burrito. Costa Vida is definitely in the lead, but let's go ahead and go to the next scene where we do our final thoughts review and talk about the experience.
For our totals between Café Rio and Costa Vida,
And just keep in mind, this is not a percentage. This is just
No.
one number is greater than the other.
yes. For camera guys' votes, Costa Vida got 33.
Yep.
Café Rio got 29.5.
Fast.
So 3.5 lower.
Yeah. 2.5. No.
3.5.
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5 lower.
Yeah.
And then I voted 34 for Costa Vida and 29 for Café Rio.
So 5-pointer difference.
5-point difference. And Vanilla Cool over here voted 34 for Costa Vida and 30 for Café Rio.
Yep.
And that, after adding them all together,
Now the scores are, like he said, all of them. Mine,
Yeah.
BDR, and camera guys.
now we took our totals for each and added them together. Costa Vida got 101 points,
Yeah.
and Café Rio got 88 points.
So I mean,
a big difference.
a big difference, and like we said earlier, if Café Rio would change a few things, I think they could tie.
A few small things.
A few small things, like
It's not even a lot of big things. It's
No.
just a couple small changes, and it would bring these numbers much closer.
very much closer. And then I'm going to...
And maybe more
We'll
fresh
do
fish.
final thoughts in a minute, but I'm going to talk about the experience, and these guys can comment anytime they want. So, let's start by asking, what is your experience at Cafe Rio? Like when you go to order, like what's your experience?
Like customer service?
Yeah, customer service.
Customer service is pretty good, but
Sometimes.
when we get our...
Sometimes.
Most of the time, it's good. But when we get our order, we have such a big order that they forget like an entire meal.
Yeah.
Or like always do the opposite of what we said.
Yeah. So
That happens with us too.
Or like they
Usually
won't refill
pretty
the
good.
drinks late at night.
Well, and I have to say, it depends on your location. Because there's a location over that way, over by Costco, that has full customer service. The one up here, right by the Toyota dealership, is self-checkout. And you can't pay with cash up there. The only reason I paid with cash is because they gave me cash, so I paid with cash at Costa Vida. Yeah, because they took it. But that Cafe Rio up there did not take cash because there's all cards. So I paid with my card. But experience, I do have to say, what's your experience at Costa Vida?
we've only been a couple of times, but it's been decent.
It has, yeah.
It's not. It's better than Cafe Rio.
Oh, 100% better than
They
Cafe
at least don't forget our meal.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, granted, they're right next to each other now, so I
Yeah.
think when my mom's like, first of all, Costa Vida is proven to be $2 and like 15 cents cheaper,
Yes.
which can add up. That's like saving $12 for our size of family, which is good.
And it scored higher when the three of us just tasted it.
like blind tasted.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should get our parents, have them come up, and we don't tell them which is which. Just have them sample it
We should.
and tell them and ask which one's better.
We should do that. We might.
Because I mean, like,
Unless we
sorry, I don't mean to
Oh,
interrupt.
you're
and go
fine.
off. But I feel like because every year, for Christmas Eve,
Mm-hmm.
I believe we would do Cafe Rio for dinner that night.
All right.
It would be Christmas Eve, and we called it our Christmas Eve dinner.
Dinner tradition. Yeah.
Tradition, yeah. And so like we've just gotten so used to liking Cafe Rio,
Same. Yeah.
so I think it's good to have Costa Vida like beat them.
And make sure you stay tuned because I don't think they'll be in this video, but if we do it, it will be a short, which will come out Thursday before this one. This will come out on a Friday, right? Yes. But the experience, I have to say, the customer service was really good. They were, and the thing is, Costa Vida, as soon as I got up there, like 4 of the cars pulled in behind me, and I'm just like, hey, I got here just in time. But their customer service was amazing because they had someone over here working tortillas and putting your meat in, and they throw it in the oven. And they had a person getting your actual like toppings and whatever, and then they would go ahead and cash you out. And then I gave them a $2 tip from the cash we had left over because they did such a good job. And I do have to say, Cafe Rio does win the ice because we're not going to show you the ice, but it is the pebble ice. This is like the ice you buy from Smith's or whatever. Yeah, this is a bad ice.
Like the squares.
No. Yeah, was squares. And they actually had ice in their machine. The paper straws coming out. It's starting to break. And then at Cafe Rio, they have a window. I walked in, I'm like, is this literally just a pickup store? Because they didn't have a counter to check out, and then they have all their checkouts over there for yourself. And then they have a rack, so I mean, it's pretty cool. Experience is pretty cool. But then, on the road, we're going to tell you the story really quick. On the road, when you come out of Costa Vida, you can't go left. You cross double lines, so you have to go right. So I went through a Quickie Quack car wash with my new car. If you guys want to see my new car and a full detour,
Leave a like and comment.
if this video gets 5 likes, we will do a tour of my new car.
A full car tour
A
for
full
5 likes.
Car tour for 5 likes.
And 5 comments.
And 5 comments, which means you can't go home, camera guy, and comment for a solid 8 minutes. Okay.
That is a good point.
So that's it. So, what's your last thoughts? Like, genuine last thoughts of the comparison?
Well, if anyone's out there watching this and thinking, oh, I know if we did this, we know like Cafe Rio is going to win. just do it because I think you'll be surprised.
Even if you do like a TikTok or a YouTube short and mention us in it, that's pretty cool. So, camera guy, last thoughts? No last thoughts. All right, I do have to say Costa Vida definitely won this one. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more food videos, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, if we get 5 likes, you get a tour of my new car. So, pretty cool. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.